So this is going to be a pretty quick video because I didn't strictly do a 2019 goals video last year. I do plan to do a 2020 goals video later on in the month of December, so that will be coming your way. But I just had a few very loose goals for the month of 2019, for the year of 2019, and I thought that I would go over them with you and see if I've been successful. So my first goal was to read a little bit more broadly, and by that I meant not just reading fantasy and sci-fi, and I've definitely achieved that. I'm actually planning on doing a video going over all of the genres of books that I managed to read this year and talking a little bit about those different genres and how I got on with them in a little bit more detail. But yes, I have read much more broadly this year. I have, of course, still read fantasy and I've read sci-fi, but I've also read romance and mystery and thriller and dystopian and horror, sort of. I'm still a wimp, so my brand of horror is probably another person's brand of fairy tale, but you know, I'm doing my best, guys, and I'm really happy with that, and I actually have really enjoyed spreading my wings a little bit and trying some different things. Then I planned to try some new authors out this year, and again I will be doing a video specifically highlighting some of the new authors that I've discovered this year and really enjoyed, because I want to recommend them to you. I've read from a lot of new authors this year, and by doing that I've found a lot of new authors that I really love and who I am reading quite a lot of their works because I've enjoyed their books so much. So I'm really glad that I branched out a little bit this year, both in terms of genre and the authors that I read, and enough that I want to make videos about the genres I've tried and the authors I've tried, because I've been so excited about all my new discoveries this year through being a little bit less fantasy focused with my reading, shall we say. Then I've got a couple of goals that were kind of linked to each other. So I wanted to do monthly book reviews on my channel and to review every book that I read in writing on Goodreads, and I've mostly achieved this, but not entirely. So I have done a lot of individual book reviews on my channel this year, but I don't think that it amounts to one every month. I definitely skipped a few months in the summer, so I have not fully achieved that, but I have done a fair few. I have a tendency to prefer long form content on my channel, and so mostly because I just really like talking, you might have noticed, and book reviews don't generally lend themselves too well to that kind of length of content. So I suppose it's partially that, and I also worry that I don't have enough to say about a specific book. I think I am getting better at reading critically, but still my focus is whether or not I enjoyed a book, and I don't necessarily feel like that's particularly useful in a book review. I don't know, you can let me know what you think of my book reviews and whether you find them helpful and whether you think I should continue on with them in 2020. I think I will, spoilers for my 2020 goals video, but I think I've done okay, but there's definitely room for improvement. With the Goodreads written reviews, I think I've done much better. I've been much more consistent at reviewing books when I finish them on Goodreads, and I've been quite happy with that. I haven't achieved it on 100% of books because in some instances I just don't feel like I've got something to say about a book, and so I don't feel the need to fill up space on the internet with I liked it and that's it. But I think I've been much better at writing reviews on Goodreads, and that has really helped me in terms of doing my wrap-ups and things. I don't know what it is, but I find that if I write something down, I remember it better. Does that happen to you? I don't know. But because I've been writing my Goodreads reviews as I finish books, it just seems to make it a little bit easier when I come to wrapping it up at the end of the month. So that's really useful. And then my final goal wasn't really a goal, but at the beginning of this year, I said that I was going to put myself on a book buying ban until I had read all of the books on my physical TBR. And I very, very much failed at that. I failed epically at that and massively at that. So I think in my defense that goal was unrealistic. I like buying books, I have the money to buy books, and I have anxiety, and rightly or wrongly, buying books helps me cope with my anxiety sometimes, and I know that that's not a healthy coping mechanism. You don't need to tell me, I'm fully aware, but sometimes I just do it, and I think I need to accept that that's okay. So I've sort of thought about including a goal regarding the buying of books in 2020, but actually I feel like putting restrictions on myself is going to make me want to rebel against them even more. So I'm not going to do that. I have read, let me check, 132 books this year. I actually counted the books on my bookshelves the other day, and I have 169 books on the bookshelves in my reading room, and of those I've only got 44 that are unread, which means that I've read 75% of, or over 75% of the books that I have on my bookshelves. So I'm really happy with that. I think that that's reasonable. So I didn't achieve that goal, but I think that that's okay. So that's it for this super short review of my 2019 reading goals. Like I said, I didn't really do a proper 2019 reading goals video last year, but I will do one for 2020, and you can look forward to that a little bit later on in December. But that's it for this one. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video and want to see more like this from me, then do think about hitting that subscribe button, and I hope to see you here again soon. Thanks. Bye.